Stop goofing around, you goon.
There's a goose on the loose.
Did she intend to hit him? We don't know. But let's be charitable and assume no. If your car contacts an officer while you're fleeing, can that officer use deadly force? Yeah. Can the officer know your intent in that split second? No. He's not watching a slowed down clip on social media. He's reacting in real time to a car that just hit him. If you flee law enforcement and your car makes contact with an officer, you are putting your life at risk.
Okay, regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, when you found out that an ICE agent had shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis, you had some preconceived notions. If you were on the right, you were probably thinking that, well, given my understanding of the context and ICE carrying out its duties, chances are it was probably justified. But then you wanted to learn about the context. You wanted to see pictures. You wanted to see video. You wanted to see video from multiple angles. You wanted to get some idea of what had actually been going on and led up to this moment, because you wanted to determine logically whether or not your preconceived notion was accurate. And based off of what I have seen coming from the left, you cared about none of that. The only thing that mattered was that it was an ICE agent and a woman protesting ICE. And that's all you needed to know. Video didn't matter. Context didn't matter. History didn't matter. None of it mattered. It was all a question of whether or not it fit and helped your narrative. And if the answer was yes, then that's what you repeated. And if the answer was no, well, that was something to be ignored or manipulated. And this is why I'm just not all that concerned about the analysis or moral ramblings of people on the left anymore. Once you become uninterested in the facts, evidence, and context of a particular case and look at it purely through the lens of whether or not it helps your ideological narrative, you're no longer a reasonable person. You're just an ideologue. And so what's the point of trying to have a conversation to convince one another when you have literally set up conditions where you cannot be convinced? And that's where we're at.
Slow down, take a hit. You're not wrong, I'm a hypocrite. Flat out, I'm super chill. My woman is crazy, but I have free will. But I have free will.
But it strikes me that we are undergoing an epidemic of political vigilantism right now. Why are people showing up in vehicles, in convoys, not just in Minneapolis, but all over the country in an effort to obstruct lawful federal law enforcement activities? This is not an isolated incident. We have had hundreds of car rammings against ICE agents all over the country. According to DHS, this lady in this car today, along with other vehicles, had been tracking ICE agents around. Why are people believing that they can drive their car into a federal law enforcement situation and that is an appropriate thing to do? I understand they don't like the fact that these agents are enforcing existing immigration law, but that's not how we change laws in this country. If you don't like a law, you talk to the politicians. You don't drive your car into the middle of a building or a law enforcement situation that's being occupied by the people who are simply there to enforce the law. If I don't like how much the IRS is charging me in taxes, I don't drive my car into the Treasury Department and try to run somebody over. I call my congressman.
We don't need no motivation. We don't need your face detection. Press the green button for confirmation. We haven't felt safe since graduation. We're just waiting for a liquidation. My mom can pick us up from the police station.